This is Gemara Sanhedrin, Daf Kuf Yud Aleph Baruch Hashem. We're trying to get the Shiurim up in advance of Yontif so everyone can prepare appropriately. Today's Shiur we'd like to dedicate as an incredible refuah Shlema for Tinok ben Miriam Ahuva, as well as a schus Aliyas Neshama for Miriam Bat Eliezer, a close friend of the Daf's mother, whose yahrzeit will be in 2 more days for Daf Kuf Yud Gimel. But we like all the learning to be an incredible schos aliyas neshama, and of course all the Talmud Torah as we prepare for Yontif should be a schos for all of us. So we're holding on Kuf Yud Aleph Amid Aleph, and we just discussed how Rav Yochanan had a more generous, the Chasidusa. We quoted of Rabbi Akiva. We just finished learning the time in which a child gets Olam Haba, all the different shitais. So on the first line of Kufid Aleph Amid Aleph says the Gemara L'chein Rechivu Shal Nafshi Upara Pia Libli Chayk. Says the pasuk Shal is expanded, open the mouth without any measure. Amrei Shlakish Misha Mishayir Afilu Chok Echad. Shal opens the mouth. Anyone who he doesn't learn, he doesn't follow even one halacha, then Shal opens up. Amr Rav Yochanan, no. Lo nichal Marayu Damar Lechu Hachi. Says Rav Yochanan, Hashem is not happy you say such things. The exact opposite. But rather, if you learn even one chayk, you'll be saved from Sha'ol. Next drasha. Says the pasuk will pass in the land, 2/3 will be cut off, and the third will remain. Amar Reish Lakish Shlishi Shel Shem, the third one of Shem. Amar La Rav Yochanan. What does that mean? The third one of Shem, the Shlishes, that the starting point is Shem. 1/3 of Shem's third son. Now Shem's third son was our Pachshad. If only 1/3 of our Pachshad's descendants will remain alive, that means only 1/3 of Klal Yisrael will survive Rahman al-Islam. No, Hachi. Hashem doesn't like when you talk this way. He refers to even the third one of Noach. Noach is where we start. The third means not our Pachshav, rather all of our Pachshav's descendants will survive, meaning all of Klal Yisrael. The third pasuk, 10 lines down, says Hashem, for I have become your master, I'll take you from a city, one from a city, 2 from a nation. Tvarim kichsava, says Rish Lakish, as the pasuk says, 1 Jew from the city, 2 from the entire country will be redeemed. Amrli Rav Yochanan nichle lemarayu damer lechoachi no ela echad meir mizake kol yer kula shnayim mishpacha mizake kol mishpacha kula. Says Rav Yochanan, no, 1 from a whole city will save the whole city. 2 from the entire country will save the entire country. Kol mishpacha. Continues the Gemara. Yosef Rav Kahana Kamid Rav. Rav Kahana was sitting in front of Rav. Yosef Ikamar Dvarim Kichsava, and he was translating, like we said, similarly the pasuk literally. Amrle Rav lo nichol Marayu damar lechachi alechan meir mizak kol yer shem mishvacha mizak kol mishvacha, the exact way that we just learned. Chazi davika chayev reishay. So Rav sees Rav Kahana first shampoos his hair, v'salik v'Yosef kamei de Rav, and then he will come sit in front of Rav. Amrle. So Rav says to him, lo timatzei be'eretz Hachayim, you're not going to be found in the land of the living. Amar Lei, Rav Kahana says, Meilat, Kolayali, are you cursing me? Amar Lei, Rav says, Kurakamina. No, I'm telling you a pasuk, which means, Losi Masi Torah, Misha Mechayas Me'olel. The Torah is not found. The Torah is not found in one who is Mechaya himself through the Torah. One who seeks to live a life of indulgences while learning Torah. The Torah doesn't work for him. Says the Gemara, Tanya, we learned in a brayso, Rabbi Sima Yoimer Nemar. It says in the pasuk, Kachti Eschem Li Le'am. I'll take for you to me as a people. And of course, the Siyat Deshmaya is always startling. We're standing here in the week of Pesach. Standing here as we prepare for Pesach. And what do we hear? The psukim of Yitzias Mitzrayim. Says the Kadosh Baruch Hu, "V'lakachti leschem li lam." I'll take you from me as a nation. V'nemar v'esi eschem makish itziasan mi Mitzrayim lebiyasan le'aretz Eretz Yisrael. Mabiyasan le'aretz shnayim misamech riboy. Just like coming to Eretz Yisrael was only 2 out of the 600,000. There were 600,000 from the age of 20 to 60. Unfortunately, after the Meraglim, they all died in the Midbar. Only Yeshua and Kalev went into Eretz Yisrael, so 2 out of 600,000. Af Yitziasam Mitzrayim Shayim Mishishim Riboy, only 2 out of 600,000, which means that the numbers that left Mitzrayim were mamish, a fraction of a fraction, Riboy. Amar Rav Cheni Moisa Mashiach, which is a scary statement. Shenamar v'ansa shemakimei nehureh ki amaloisa me'eretz Mitzrayim. Tanya, we continue learning about Yitzias Mitzrayim. Amar Rav Loz Rav Yosi b'machdech nasi l'chzanjir shel Mitzrayim. Matzazi zaken echad ramli ba v'erech. Come and see ma asa v'yisei lavusecha what my father did to your father. Mehem tavu bayam. Mehem tavu bayam. Some of them drowned. Mehem argu b'charev. Some killed by sword. Mehem yachu b'inyan. Some were crushed by the buildings. Val davar zenanesh Moshe Rabbeinu. And an account of this, Moshe Rabbeinu was punished. Moshe Rabbeinu complains that it got worse after he came. Amar Lei Kadosh Baruch Hu, says Hashem, Chaval al diavdon v'loi mishachin. Woe is those who are gone and no more to be found. Harikama b'amnik lisel avram yitzchak v'Yaakov v'kel Shaddai v'lo al midasai. Says Hashem, I was revealed to the Avos many times, and they were not mahar al midaisai. They did not question. V'lo amar li, and they didn't say to me, Ma shemecha, where's your name? Amarti la Avram explains the Gemara, Kum esalich ba'aretz arka l'rachva, walk the land, kilchan nanu. B'gesh makom likvar asara v'loi matzah. Then he has to bury Sarah, he can't find it, even though he should have the whole world. Shekanav da'almiyah shekel kasef, and yet, Avram Avinu v'lo yarmo daisai. Amarti the Yitzchak Gorbar says, "Us live in this land. Ve'im achal be with you. V'archacha bikshu avada mayim lishtais." All of a sudden, the servants of Yitzchak need something to drink. V'lai matzu achasa meriva, and still shenamar v'yivu roi gerer imroi Yitzchak. Leimer lanu mayim lo hirach amidaisei. Yitzchak doesn't question Hashem. And finally, on the first one, line Amarti the Yankiv Arta Shata Shechiv allowed the land you're lying on. Chat and then bikish makam l'netoya olive l'matzah chikanim b'meya kesita. You had to buy the land. And yet, and said, they never said, what's your name? V'yata, and Hashem says, you Moshe Rabbeinu amarta li ma shemecha. B'tchila, v'achshav ata omer li. At the beginning you ask, ma shemecha, and now you are saying to me, v'achshav ata omer li, ata lo yitzalta samecha. You've not saved your people, ata tireh. Says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, now you're going to see it's your Asala Paroi, but Mechemes Paroi Ataraya. The battle of Paro you're going to see, but you're not going to see the battle with the 31 kings of Canaan. Moshe Rabbeinu, unfortunately, you're not going to come into Eretz Yisrael. Vayemer Moshe v'kararta v'ishtachu, he bows, Mara Moshe Rachlina ben Gamla Amar Erech Hapayim Ra. Moshe Rabbeinu saw this attribute of mercy, Rabbanan Amar, Emes Ra. Moshe Rabbeinu sees the attribute of Emes. Says the Gemara, 3 lines to the bottom, Tanya, Commandam Erech Hapayim Ra, de Tanya. Kishala Moshe Lamara, Moshe goes up to the heights, Matzah Kadosh Baruch Hu She'eshev because of Erech Hapayim. What does he find? Hashem is writing Erech Hapayim, Amar the fun of Rabbeinu Shalom. Erech Hapayim the Tzadikim. Amar Lai, Af Rishayim. Amar Lai, Moshe Rabbeinu says, no. Rishayim Yavedu, let the wicked die. Amar Lai, Hashta Chazita. Says Hashem, Moshe, now you're going to see Madabai Lecha, Kshachata Yisrael. Moshe, you're going to see how much you're going to need after Klal Yisrael sins. Amar Lai, Lai Kacham Arti. Excuse me. Hasha Chazita, Moshe says, Rishayim Yavedu. So Hashem responded, now you're going to see Kishachata Yisrael. Now you're going to see what you need. Kishachati Yisrael. So when Klal Yisrael do Averis, Amar Laya, Hashem says to Moshe, Loikach Amarta, Moshe, did you not say Erech Apayim l'Sadikim? Why are you now coming and you're now fighting for even the Rishayim? As we turn over to Kufir Aleph, Amar Aleph continues the Gemara, the discussion. Moshe Rabbeinu responds, Amar Lefanav Rabbeinu Shalaylam, no. Loikach Amarti Li, Moshe says to Hashem, did you not tell me after Rishayim? V'hainu Dechsev Ata Yigdal Na. Kayach Hashem, kasher dibar, to the greatness of Hashem, as was spoken. Continues the Gemara, Rav Chaga, kasher dibar to Lamer, Rav Chaga, V'isalik v'azal b'darga dvei Rabba, Bar Shila. Rav Chaga was once walking the steps of the base measure of Rabbi Shila, Sham yelahu yenuka damri, here's a child saying, Idvaisecha nemnu ma'oid lebeischa, Nava Kodesh, Shem li'ayrech yamim, V'samach le'tfilah Moshe. And next it says Tfilah Moshe. Sounds like all these psukim were said by Moshe Rabbeinu. Amar Shema min Erech Apayim Ra. So right, and Moshe Rabbeinu is Erech Apayim, and that's the reason why Moshe Rabbeinu is the one to say, Hey, Doisecha Namnu, your Eidos is trustworthy. Leveis Chanav HaKodesh le'oyrech yamim, for those a lot days also means for those slow to anger. Continues the Gemara, 10 lines down, Kufid Aleph Amar Beis. The first one line is Ra'ah. Amar Rav Lazar Mechlina Asad HaKadosh Baruch Hu Lios HaTeres B'Reish Kol Tzadik V'Tzadik. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be a crown on the end of every Tzadik. Shenemar, as the Pasuk says, Ve'emahuya Hashem Sevakas LaTeres Svi. Hashem is going to be a crown, LaTeres Svi L'Sfaris Tefaris L'Shar Amoy, and a diadem of glory to the rest of the people. My LaTeres Svi L'Sfira Tefara. What does that mean? Says the Gemara, La'osim Ritzaynai. La'osim Ritzaynai. This means it's going to be a reward for those who listen to Hashem, Mitzab and Yeshua, and await for his salvation. Maybe everyone is going to get this crown. Talmud Laimar L'Sha'er. Amai, the remnant of the people, Misha Misim Asmai Kishirayim, one who makes himself like Shirayim. U'Leruach Mishpat, L'Yoshev Ala Mishpat. Says the Gemara, L'Gvur Meishivim Achama Sha'ara. The next pasuk says, and Hashem will be a spirit of judgment, one who sits in judgment. For the strength, one who turns back the battle of the gate. L'Ruach Mishpat, what does that mean? Explains the Gemara. Zaha Roides Yitzrai, one who controls his Yitzhara. L'Yoshev Ala Mishpat, Adon Dinam Eslami Itai. And the psukim conclude, L'Gvura, what is that? Miskaber. Beyitzrai, Meshive Melchama, Zeshanoisi Venoisi B'Melchamtai, Shel Taira. Sha'ara, Elu, Shemashkima, Rivim, the Ecclesias, about the Midrashais. What does it mean to the gate? Those who get early and stay late, to the base medrash and the shuls. Amra, Midas Adin of Ne'er, Kodesh Baruch Hu, Midas Adin, says in front of Hashem, Rebbeinu Shalaylam, Ma Nishtana Elami Elu. What is the difference these from these? Amar Allah says Hashem, Gam Elu B'Ayin Shagu B'Shecher Ta'u. These as well, with wine, they're going to stagger, they're going to be drunk, they're going to stumble. Vein puka legehenim shenemar loiti azois lechalufuka vein plila ledayanim shenemar v'nasan lefli lim. And now we're up to the Mishnah. As really we start to see the insight of this Masechta. We have a nice, long, and lengthy Mishnah. Another group that unfortunately is not going to come to Eilam Haba. This is going to be those in Ir Hanidachas. And this brings us all the way back to the beginning of the Masechta, in which there were complete cities who worshipped Avodah Zarah in Eretz Yisrael. Says the Gemara, Anshe Ir Nidachas ein laim chilek leilam haba shenemar yatzu anashim b'nei Belial, that those men b'nei Belial go mikirvecha v'yadichu anshe yushvi iram, from your midst, these lawless men that are going to be uprooted from your midst. Ve'ino ne'aragim, and they're not going to be killed. And they're not going to be killed unless those who worshipped in that city were from that city, unless the majority of the city does such. And until the men did it, but if it's only the woman and children, or they're from the outside of the city, then they're considered like Yechidim, and the city does not get the din of an Ir Nidachas. Usrichem beis edim, they need 2 edim, v'asar l'chol echad v'echad, zeh chaymer b'yechidim mi merubim. This is the chumrah of yechidim more than if it was the whole city. Now watch, yechidim is kilo, l'ficha b'mayna and palat, their money is lost. Excuse the money saved. Whereas Merubim is beside, so the money is lost. Says the Gemara. What does this pasuk mean? A donkey caravan, a gameles, a camel caravan, a veris makom, those who go from place to place, they can save. Shenemar, says the pasuk. Destroy it, everything in it, to animals by the sword. What do we see from here? The properties, the nechas of sadikim that are in the city are destroyed. Positions that are out to the city are spared. Those are the rishayim. All the possessions that are lost, and everything, all the booty, all the properties are completely destroyed. But there's no town square. You make one. Town square is out to the city. You bring it in. That which is given to Hektish and Truma is going to be redeemed and but Trumas will rat. Will be hidden away. Continues the pasuk. What happens to the people in this town? They're going to be burnt. Kalil completely. Hashem lekecham. Rav Shimon Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu. Ematen oisin din beir nidachas malani alechem kilu atamalin oile kolil lefanai. It's as if you brought an oila in front of me. Vaisa tel oilam. When it'll be an internal pile. Loisa seh kanais to pardesim. What does that mean? That the city is a heap. It means that the city should not be made into ever gardens or orchards. Says Rav Akiva, will never be built again. The way it was, it should never be rebuilt. I will not say it could be made into gardens, just can't be rebuilt as a city. At the end of the Mishnah, nothing of the property should come to your hands. Of the Rishayim min Oilam, Nistali Charanaf min Oilam, the Charanaf, the anger disappears from the world. Stop over here, I'll pick it up from the Mishnah.